Thank you so much for helping my project.
Appreciate it.
Could you say a couple words about yourself?
Well, I'm Jameel. I'm an engineer. I work in the oil field, and I'm interested in this project or space and science in general. So space obviously is part of science. So
What kind of engineer are you?
petroleum,
And what got you into that field?
just engineering. We just want to get into engineering. Then like the field. I grew up knowing a few people who were in that field. So just natural flow of things, I guess.
The people you know, and then
Yeah.
you're like, that opens up the doors and stuff.
Exactly.
So
I like what they're doing. I saw the facilities and the benefits that they had and all that. Sounded exciting. Plus, it was an engineering field anyway, so been always interested in that.
have you ever thought about doing something different?
I'll tell you where I made the mistake.
Tried my hand at business as a hobby on the side hustle,
Okay.
just to learn e-commerce. But yeah, it was good. But that was just a hobby. No, not really. I enjoy what I'm doing right now. So no, I'm good with it.
The next thing is pro pickleball player.
I don't know about that. That's just to stay fit, man. That's just to stay fit. I feel if I stop pickleball or any game, it's difficult to start back on. So
It's true.
You just keep on going as long as you can.
Well, did you know that NASA's planning to send astronauts back to the moon?
I've heard of it. Yes, I have.
What do you think about it?
Well, I mean, they should. And there's no reason why. Well, we don't know the reason why they didn't back then. But now I think there's renewed interest with lots of countries going out there to the moon. So NASA should be there. They were there first. But they should have that ace position in the race, I guess. Yeah, you gotta just sit back and let others take the lead on that. So I'm all for it.
Yeah, China looks like they're serious about getting there by 2030. So
China is there. I mean, my ex-home country, India. I'm from India originally, and they are going there right now. They actually come up with a very competitive, expense-wise project. I mean, I don't know the famous movie that Sandra Bullock. I forget the name of the
Gravity,
movie.
I think?
That's it, Gravity. They put a rover on the moon for less price than it cost to build that movie. So there's some serious competition there. So there's yeah.
absolutely, but it's like the ITTs or the IITs, those elite colleges, and
Yes.
so I mean, for a long time, the people that graduated from this college used to come here to like Silicon Valley, and so essentially, the engineering talent in like the U.S. has largely been sourced from that pipeline as well.
I mean, some do come here as well, but a lot are choosing because opportunities have opened up over there. In the past, they didn't have it over there. Now they do. So they don't feel the need to cross 7 seas to come over here away from family and all that when they get everything over there. So things have economically and opportunity has changed in India quite a bit in the last 20-25 years since since the 90s. It's really changed. Yeah, I mean, there have been economic policies the government implemented which opened up the economy, let a lot of foreign companies come in and all that kind of stuff. So people don't feel the need to come to the US anymore. I mean, there's still that US craze, but not as bright as it was in the 90s, let's say.
That's good. And then also India has announced like the first Indian astronauts, except I think they call them Guyonauts or something like that. It's like they have like their own word for it, actually.
Not that I'm aware of.
Yeah.
Astronauts.
I know that they,
But I don't know about the word. I have not heard that word, but they definitely have a very aggressive and ambitious space program for sure. And they're working real hard at it, and they are trying to make it all indigenous, which means every single nut and bolt and screw will be made in India. So they don't want to depend on anybody, and they have done some probes and rovers and all that completely, and they're fully capable of completing that.
like a probe to Mars, in fact.
Probably.
Also.
They have that as well. So like I said, very ambitious and very aggressive space program. So it's NASA's race to lose, I would say.
Whenever you think about the future of humanity, if you look out a couple hundred years, do you see a future where humans are living their lives on other planets and on the moon and in space? Or do you think we're forever destined to be contained to the Earth, just making these little small trips to places?
Well, I think I think we would go into the skies at some point. Honestly, I mean, this is a question, same question that probably would have asked when people thought the Americas was a new world that didn't exist. So probably somebody asked the same question back then, saying, "Hey, do you think you'll find a new land somewhere?" Somebody did,
Yeah.
and here we are. Now it's just the next step in human, well, not evolution, but you know what I mean, right? It's a movement, progression, I guess. Right. So I think we will. It just depends on how much of a mess we make of this planet, I guess.
Well, hopefully you take care of this planet, and then it's like you take good care of your go-kart, then your parents get you a car, that type of thing. So we take good care of this planet, and then we could go
Yeah,
and
but I
take
think they
care
have,
of
they have
other
to
things.
find one that's close enough that they can actually go to. That's the biggest thing, right? I mean, the laws of physics prevent you from
Right.
from certain distance travel. So if they can find a way to travel faster, or they try and find a habitable place in the solar system, yeah, it's a possibility. I wouldn't rule it out.
But people live in submarines. People live in like Minneapolis in the winter. I mean, like we've lived in inhospitable places.
Yeah, but they had a whole surrounding of hospitality to set that up. Here, carrying everything from here to set it is going to be a much tougher task, right? And there's no second chances. So you forget a nut. I mean, I'm simplifying it. You forget a nut on a bolt, you're going to have to come back to Earth to get that kind of thing. But that's why I think more likely would be space station kind of things where you have a orbiting or a floating, living space or living colony rather. I think that to me, where you create your own environment, is more feasible than actually finding. Now, again, tomorrow we might discover something much closer that you can go to. I don't know, but that sounds speculation. And I'm no expert on that.
But I'm thinking about like Mars. Okay, so Mars has like a 25-hour day. His atmosphere is extremely thin, almost completely carbon dioxide. And it doesn't have a good magnetosphere, so like solar radiation and galactic radiation is a problem. But we could build facilities like underground there. We could go and extract out aluminum, iron, build things, and create like kind of like a contained. I mean, be like a hamster city, of like little people.
That's why I think it's possible. It's possible. It won't be Earth, but it's possible.
Yeah.
There's no limit to imagination, and science will just catch up at some point, and technology, and they'll make it possible, right? I mean, think about it. What, 15 years ago, the cell phones were not common.
Right, I know.
Now,
you used to call places, not people.
Now you won't walk 5 feet without an iPhone or without a smartphone on your hand, right? It's got all the information. Generations live without it for eons and years and years. So technology will evolve, and I think we'll find ways.
If you could, would you take a trip to space?
Yeah, why not?
Do you think you'll get a chance in your lifetime?
No, I don't.
No.
No, I'm past that age. But no, yeah. I mean, if I get a chance, I would. Just exciting. Just like somebody who asked a question, maybe I don't know, 100 years ago, would take a seat on a plane to fly. And you would say yes. It's the same thing. Yes, why not?
That's awesome. Well, Jameel, it's such a pleasure to get to talk to you. Thank you so much for helping my project.
Thank you. Have fun.